I don't get political on this channel, but there are genocides happening right now that must be addressed. We all know about the main one that's happening, but there are 5 genocides that nobody has talked about. Not a single person I have seen on social media or in person has talked about, and they are literally ruining these countries. Let me go through them. In Sudan right now, the Darfur and wider civil war is taking place, and not a word has been whispered about this. The RSF and their allied militars are literally ethnically cleansing right now. They are targeting certain groups, performing massacres, and before performing these massacres, they're committing mass assaults. And when I say assaults, I'm talking about SA. I can't say certain words on this app. Those who have died are counted in millions. Those who have survived are also counted in millions. And 90% of them are homeless right now. No one's heard about the forced displacement in Darfur, this ethnic cleansing going on in Sudan today. People just don't want to talk about it because it doesn't relate to their lives. Then secondly, we go to Myanmar, where the Rohingya people are still being persecuted. And if you know anything about this, this has been going on for ages. And they pretended that this has been covered up, cleared, and not as bad as it used to be. But it's actually worse. Hundreds of thousands of Rohingya people are literally in concentration camps. You heard me, concentration camps, and have been displaced from their homes. So many of them have tried to migrate away from the area, but guess what? They get persecuted and cleansed and killed. The military junta who have caused this are committing literally multiple atrocities and multiple crimes against humanity. It is a mass genocide, and again, no one's spoken on it. Then we go to the Democratic Republic of Congo, where in the eastern part of the Democratic Republic of Congo, people are just having mass SA against them. It is actually disgusting, and this is happening to men and women of all ages. The military groups are basically going to the villages where many of these people live, trying to ethnically cleanse them, and then they are even trying to save money with artillery by lining them up one by one to shoot them all with one bullet, 2 or 3 people at a time. And I've even heard stories about literal mothers lifting their kids up in front of them for them to shoot to save bullets. People don't recognize it. No political leaders talk about this. Why? Because they don't have any trade to do with this country, because they don't have any connections to this country. So apparently this doesn't matter to them. Then we go to one of the oldest countries in the world and one of the oldest countries in Africa, where the Tigray War has been going on for a long time. We've got Ethiopia. This war ended in the headlines. This was a big thing to many countries, specifically within Africa. It was highlighted. But after it officially ended, people thought the violence stopped. But it's just as bad, if not worse. Targeting, massacres, mass SA, once again, it is all going on and nobody bats an eyelid. Millions, literally millions of people face food insecurity within this country. And so many of the survivors are actually living the worst lives possible, literally having diseases and sanitation problems daily. The area of Amhara is constantly having clashes, militant clashes, people against the militant groups, and there is just constant violence and basically death on your doorstep every day. And finally, we have one of the most dangerous countries to go to in the world. It's South Sudan, where massacres are taking place as we speak. Displacement, starvation, a mass outbreak of AIDS. It is all in the absolute worst state you could possibly imagine. Humanitarian groups have gone there and warned people about it. They haven't actually made a difference. The UN and all these other groups seem to like to go to places and recognize the problem and make not much of a difference. They did it in Haiti in 2010 when they had an earthquake. The country couldn't be rebuilt, and UN workers literally spread sexual diseases to the people, and that is still a problem in Haiti today. South Sudan has ethnic targeting, and yet the only thing that these groups are worried about is warning the tourists from the Western countries not to go there. I know this is a bit of an intense one, but I thought it was worth mentioning because people do not recognize the mass-scale genocides that are going on all around the world, particularly in Africa.
And so Baphomet is actually Muhammad. Then later on, they disassociated with Muhammad and turned it into a symbol of Satan. And Freemasonry finds its roots in Sufi Islam. And right there in primary sources, they're not written by Islamophobes who hate Muhammad.